I'm stimulated by learning, and if I'm not learning, I'm not stimulated. And if I'm not stimulated, then I'm not living, and if I'm not living, then I'm dead. And so at the core of all of the pursuit is a fear of death. I guess that's the logical extension of that fear. And I guess we're all afraid of dying, but then each of us is stimulated and therefore living in different ways, and so you just figure out what stimulates you. And in my case, it's always pursuing what I don't know, I guess. From an early age, I began to recognize that a strategy that a lot of skateboard and surfing companies used to differentiate their goods from other companies' goods was to increase the perceived value through imagery and through artwork. I could never afford the cool brands or the expensive brands, so I would make my own shirts or paint my own skateboards. And then when those things that I made became valued by my peers, it's then that I understood this power of creating, the imagery for myself was intoxicating. So I wanted to study design as opposed to art because I appreciate the discipline behind it, because it seemed like a more intellectual pursuit. I've always abhorred in art that the burden of understanding and the burden of extracting meaning is usually on the viewer, and if the viewer doesn't get it, it's his fault, not the artist's fault. And I never agreed with that. I'm trying to maintain structure and order in the practice and in the studio and in the process, so that I can be chaotic in the work and in the paintings. The studio is really a research and development lab. It's a place for failing. I'm always looking to fail in new ways in order to learn. More and more I've been sharing the sketches in the process because it's important to prove your solution. In the same way that if you're solving an equation, then you show all of the iterations and all the steps that were taken to get to that solution. And ultimately that's what we're searching for, and that's what we're trying to find in making art, is the truth. But when you don't show and share the process to show how you arrived at the truth, then it's simply faith-based. And I don't think art is that much like religion. You almost prove the truth. I'm McGinness, and I make paintings and sculptures and make a whole bunch of different things.